The new opposition leader Deb Frecklington takes the reins after just 5 years in Parliament. There, she's known for her vocal presence in debates, earning the nickname Hecklington. The former lawyer and farm manager took the seat of Nanango in 2012, paying tribute to controversial predecessor Joh Bjelke-Petersen as a great premier. She became a public face of the LNP leadership team under Campbell, Newman and Tim Nicholls. Ms Frecklington says she wants to build a state ready to tackle future challenges, naming power prices, regional infrastructure and small business as priorities. Her first challenge will be clawing back votes from One Nation after the LNP's worst election result in almost 20 years. And Deb Frecklington joins me now live from Parliament. Ms Frecklington, congratulations on your appointment. One of the big challenges, of course, is how you're going to stop One Nation eating into your supporter base.
Well, thank you, Karina, and I think that's right. About a third of Queenslanders didn't vote for either the Labor Party or the LNP in this election. So I think that's a very important question and something that we're going to have to tackle head on with lots of hard work and a lot of grunt work to understand those issues.
And what practically are you going to do about that?
Well, look, I've just been appointed as the leader of the LNP, and with Tim Mander as my deputy, and our entire shadow cabinet, when they're announced, and also the entire team are going to have to get out and understand what it is that Queenslanders, or what went so wrong in the last election. I mean, we did lose this election, and we understand that. So that is something that we're going to have to front head on, and it's something that I'm certainly up to that challenge to do that, as well as, I would say, Karina, holding this government to account, because that's a job of a hard-working opposition.
Yet you said this afternoon that Tim Nicholls ran an amazing campaign. How can you say that when you recorded one of your lowest primary votes?
Well, look, I think the campaign was run on a very solid, even footing. We got out and about across the state. But what I would say is the LNP just obviously couldn't fight back from the fear and smear that the Palaszczuk government threw at us. And I mean, obviously, the union heavies and everything that they threw at the LNP. But what I would say, Karina, is that there is no way that Anastasia Palaszczuk can go back to that fear and smear campaign, because the LNP, with the appointment today of myself as leader and Tim Mander as deputy, we've drawn that line in the sand, and she has to start resting on her own record. So the days of just thinking about the past and blaming the past and all the fear and smear that we were put up with through that last campaign, those days are finished for the Premier.
Deb Frecklington, in your pitch for the leadership, you said, "I want to recreate for my 3 daughters the Queensland I experienced when I was growing up." You grew up in the Joh Bjelke-Petersen era. You sit in his former seat. What was so great about that time?
Well, look, certainly back in those times, we didn't have the second worst unemployment rate in all of Australia. We didn't have one of the lowest business confidence rates in all of Australia. Back in those times, we actually had and we're proud of the fact that the state was an economic powerhouse. We looked after our agricultural industries. We looked after our resources industries. We made sure our kids were educated, and we made sure that everyone across Queensland had wonderful access to health services. So look, currently under Anastasia Palaszczuk and this Labor government, they're now into a second term. They've got high unemployment. We've got really bad business confidence. We've got astronomical power prices, rego going through the roof. And in southeast Queensland, we've got trains that don't even show up on time.
Okay, Deb Frecklington, we'll have to leave it there.
Better than this.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Karina.